Hello, this is the chemistry percent composition or the formula of a hydrate. Now, you can read the background. I am just making the video of our procedure. So I'm going to follow procedures 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Make sure that you maybe pause the video, read this so you know exactly what you need to do with some numbers. The actual calculations are on the back. So here we go. Step 1 is to mass an empty crucible and record its exact mass. So you can see the balance down there. This is a crucible. And so we don't get a big mess, I'm going to put the piece of paper on it, and I'm going to zero the scale, or the balance, I should say. And then I put on the crucible. And you can see the crucible's weight there is 17.28. Now, the second step says obtain approximately 5 grams of copper 2 N hydrate. The N means we don't know. That's what we're trying to find. And so here is some copper 2 sulfate. I have blanked out what the actual number of hydrates in there, and hydrate means water. What I'm going to do is zero this out again, and that will let me know if I get close to 5. So I'm going to scoop in this copper 2 sulfate. It's a beautiful blue crystal. There's about 1.3 grams. I'm spilling a little bit. I'll clean that up. There's 3. There's 4, almost 4. Okay, keep going. Now, don't record that. I'm going to clean this up real quick. Get this last little bit in there. Put that in there. Let's see what our actual mass is. So you can see that our actual mass is just under. So make sure you record that down. Now, just to make sure that you can see, this is a beautiful blue crystals that are in there. And we're going to heat that up. So step 3 is heat the copper 2 sulfate in a flame to drive off the water. Well, right over here is will be our flame. So I'm going to set this up on the triangle. I'm going to turn the gas on and light the flame. And then I'm going to adjust the flame so I can get a little bit more heat on there. Now this process will take a little bit of time. As it goes, I'm going to gently move the crystals around. And you can almost hear the water being sizzled or evaporated off. You can see the blue is starting to change to that white color. Again, I'm going to this helps mix it a little bit so the bottom is not the only part that gets heated. And I'll show you what that looks like, because we're still trying to drive all that water off. Now, once I've mixed it up, you can see in there, you can see some of the white. That is having all the water driven off. So the goal here is to make sure that we get it all off. And as you can see, we're getting pretty close. I'm going to tip this so you can see just a little bit more in there. That beautiful blue color is definitely disappearing. Have to be careful of the flame. That flame is very hot. And we want to do this so we don't burn it, but to drive all the water off. So there's a happy medium. You can't just let it go for a day. Of course, you'd burn it. So we're pretty close to being done here. You can see there, it's almost that white part. I'm going to let it go for another 30 seconds or so. And take it off the heat. Actually, it'll heat a little bit, so I'll just turn the gas off. Now what we're going to do, it says, we continue to heat to the no blue color. Now we got to mask the crucible and the copper 2 sulfate and hydrate. Now, if you need to, you can look up what anhydrate means, and that will help you with the lab part. So I'm going to take this off, letting it cool just for a moment. And then we are going to get the mass of it. I'm going to use crucible tongs to pick it up. Set it on there. And now you have some mass loss from the water. All that is the water. Now, your job is to complete and tell me how many water molecules was in there.